Did you know that quarterbacks in the NFL are expected to be well aware of their surroundings and judge distance and speed accurately? To do this, they require great vision. But regardless of how great their vision is, sometimes they fail to scan the field properly before releasing a pass, often resulting in blind quarterback moments. Sometimes, they pass to a wrong player. Other times, they get sacked when they could have simply released a pass to an open receiver. From Daniel Jones failing to spot two open players, to Russell Wilson ruining what could have easily been a game-winning touchdown, these are NFL blind QB moments. A Week 5 game between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts in the 2022 NFL season will always be remembered because of the moment wide receiver KJ Hamler slammed his helmet repeatedly in frustration. He was sad because of a 12-9 overtime loss in which the Broncos offense failed to score a touchdown, and verbal communication just wasn't enough to express his fury.
Shit, pricks, shit.
Although he was unhappy because of the scoreline, his frustration was majorly tied to a fourth down incompletion that finished the game. In the last seconds of the game, Hamler was close to the Colts' 6-yard line and open on the final play. He was at quarterback Russell Wilson's right side and could have had an easy, game-winning touchdown. It was really supposed to be a pitch and catch for a touchdown, but Wilson had other plans. Regrettably, quarterback Russell Wilson didn't see him. The team trusted the quarterback to make the right play, but he ended up throwing into traffic in the end zone. The ball was knocked down and ruled incomplete. Although Hamler wasn't the only one that was affected by Wilson's inability to deliver in the moment, he seemed to be the most irritated. He was so bothered he failed to hear Coach Hackett's post-game speech because he stayed back on the field in an attempt to process the disappointing way the game ended.
Field goals. Well,
it was a loss, and a 2-3 record. This next moment was simply a continuation of Wilson's woes. He cost the Broncos what could have been a great start to a game. The Denver Broncos faced the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 6 of the 2022 NFL season, and this game was proof that Wilson's bumpy start with the Broncos wasn't over. On the Broncos' first possession, Wilson ran into field goal range. He could have extended the drive by simply throwing to tight end Greg Dulcich, who was absolutely open.
The pressure, Russell Wilson, this is right in front of him. Just put it on him. I mean, that can't get more open than that.
But he chose to hold on to the ball. The end of the play was disappointing but not surprising. It ended with a linebacker, Khalil Mack, sacking the quarterback, and the Broncos had to make do with a field goal, ultimately earning a 3-0 lead. As the game progressed, Wilson found Dulcich for a 39-yard touchdown. Sadly, the damage had already been done. The Chargers won this game 19-16.
Chargers win it in overtime.
The scoreline could have been different if only Wilson had passed to the tight end. After failing to throw to Dulcich over the middle, everyone that had a thing to say blamed Wilson for the big miss.
The things, I'm not sure at times how disciplined Russell Wilson has been with his eyes on knowing exactly.
He knew he needed to be better and didn't blame anyone for his faults. However, the quarterback said a factor in him regaining his vision was the entire offense falling into proper alignment. As crazy as Wilson's blind moment was, this next moment was even crazier. Daniel Jones knows what it feels like to have a bad start after joining a new team. He had to wait 7 months after signing a $160 million contract with the New York Giants before getting his first start. Of course, this was a long time to wait. Nevertheless, he probably would have wished he never got to play, as he really couldn't do much for the Giants. Jones generally had a bad run while with the Giants, but one of his worst plays was in the first half of a Week 10 game against the Carolina Panthers in the 2024 NFL season, which the Panthers won 20-17. This play ended with the quarterback getting sacked, but the outcome should have been a lot better. On 3rd and 1 down, Jones was sacked by Panthers linebacker DJ Wonnum after he failed to throw a pass.
Singletary with a flea flicker. Daniel Jones gets sacked by DJ Wonnum.
He held onto the ball because he couldn't spot an open receiver. Unknown to him, wide receivers Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors were open, so he could have easily picked out any of them.
From the outside, I mean, there is space all over the place.
The league was clearly disappointed in Jones, but what they felt wasn't anything like the fury coach Brian Daboll expressed. He expected his quarterback to make the play. Sadly, they weren't on the same page. Jones's action was a dent in the Giants' offense, as they had to wait for more than 30 minutes to score against one of the NFL's weakest defenses. Even worse was the fact that the Panthers led 10-0 at halftime. Jones had no one to blame for failing to spot two open receivers, but this next moment wasn't entirely up to the quarterback. The receiver also could have done better. In Week 4 of the 2022 NFL season, the Chicago Bears battled the New York Giants at the MetLife Stadium. This game, which ended 20-12, is not as popular for its scoreline as it is for quarterback Justin Fields' blind moment. With about 3 minutes left in the first half, the Bears were losing 14-6 when they got the chance to score a touchdown and close the gap.
And it'll be a 52-yarder from here. Fields steps up, takes off, needs the 25, lowers the shoulder to get it. Fighting through Tay Crowder for the...
Quarterback Fields had the ball, and all he needed to do was throw a pass to open wide receiver Darnell Moore. This opportunity should have seen the Bears score their first touchdown. Sadly, Fields failed to deliver. He didn't think releasing the ball was the right decision. He thought it was better to tuck it and take off for a gain of 12 and a first down. In the end, the Bears had to be content with a field goal from kicker Michael Badgley on the drive. Everyone blamed Fields for his inability to spot Moore, but the wide receiver came to his defense.
It's a quick throw. It's Cole Kmet. Tay Crowder. There to make...
He knew he had a part to play in the quarterback's bad judgment. He claimed he needed to move further to the right, and the reason Fields didn't pull the trigger was because he was in the wrong spot. Moore wasn't the only one that tried to defend Fields. Head coach Matt Eberflus did the same. He acknowledged that Moore's route should have been better. Nonetheless, the opportunity for a touchdown presented itself, and Fields should have taken it. It might be easy to simply blame quarterbacks for failing to spot open receivers. Nevertheless, sometimes the receivers who aren't playing according to plan or the entire offense just hasn't clicked. Moments like this come in handy in differentiating good quarterbacks from great ones. The best quarterbacks know when to play by the books and when to follow their instincts. If you had a blast watching this, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest crazy content. Drop a comment below and let us know which moment blew your mind the most. Catch you all in the next one.